rain garden can be a beautiful addition to your landscape. It attracts birds and butterflies, and it's easy to install and maintain. It's not just flowers, it's a rain garden, a beautiful solution to water pollution. Stormwater runoff creates problems in the water cycle.
The cycle of water moving and being stored on the earth starts out as rain, as everybody knows, or snow, falls to the ground. It'll hit a vegetated area like grass or a farm field. When it hits that, then the water infiltrates into the soil, it moves through the ground and finds its way to a river, a stream, or a lake. As soon as it hits pavement, it'll immediately run off, and that'll end up usually in a storm sewer, which goes to a river.
The Great Lakes Basin is one of the largest freshwater systems in the world. About 20% of the world's fresh surface water is stored here, which is about 90% of the fresh surface water in the United States. Up to 70% of pollution in our surface waters is carried there by stormwater, and much of this comes from the things we do in our yards, streets, and parking lots.
Well, if you go downtown and stand on the roof of a building and look around, everything you see around you will be hard surfaces. So anytime a drop of rain falls on a roof or a sidewalk or a parking lot, it gathers with other raindrops and it creates something called sheet flow. And the water runs to the low spot by gravity.
For the most part, people think that that stuff just, after a rainstorm, all the stuff in the parking lot will just end up going to the wastewater treatment plant. But that, in fact, is not true. Almost all of it will go to a storm sewer, and it won't get treated, and it'll go directly to the river. And those aquatic organisms are not well adapted to the salts, the heavy metals, oil, antifreeze, any of that stuff.
We don't want streams and rivers and lakes with signs up that say unsafe for bodily contact. That's a place where the water is not safe for people. It's not safe for anything.
If you put an inch of rain on an acre of property, and if that property is asphalt or concrete, that 1 acre collects over 27,000 gallons of water that goes into a pipe and goes into the river. So you can imagine in the city of Grand Rapids, where we have all of these hard surfaces, there's lots and lots and lots of water that's collected and channeled into the Grand River. When the water runs across the parking lot or the street or the sidewalk, all of that stuff from our careless acts gets collected and gets put into the river. So if we can stop the water from doing that, then we have stopped that source of pollution going into the river.
Rainwater wasn't meant to run off our lands. Rain gardens are designed to retain, absorb, and filter rainwater. One of the things that make rain gardens different from traditional gardens is that rain gardens feature the use of perennial plants native to our region. Some traditional non-native plants may also be used.
Once you get the native plants established, they don't have to be fertilized, they don't have to have pesticides, they need little or no watering once they're established. Whereas other perennials really need to be babied, and they're susceptible to a lot of diseases and insects and things like that, whereas the natives are really, really tough. So by using these native plants back in the landscape, we can start providing habitat for native birds, butterflies, and animals, and really start having that back in our communities, whereas before we were kind of a wasteland of lawn.
If we allow the water to go where it wants to soak in and flow naturally, that eliminates costly infrastructure and things that we have to build and take care of.
It's going to take time. It's not going to happen all at once, but I think over decades, I think if we change the way that we do things, that we can make a huge difference. And the neat thing about Rain Gardens of West Michigan is that anybody can make a difference. I can make a difference.
Installing rain gardens on the lawns of schools, businesses, and homes can help eliminate stormwater runoff. For more information, go to www.raingardens.org. Rain Gardens, saving the Great Lakes, one garden at a time.